What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Crime in this country is out of control. Water's also wet. We've all known for quite some time that this is a growing issue. In fact, I've been doing videos reporting on the increase, the steady increase, especially in provinces like Ontario, of crime that have just miraculously spread out over the last couple of weeks in particular, especially when it comes to gun violence, when it comes to home break-ins, when it comes to, as Sean Fraser quotes it, the Wild West in our law system. The problem that we have here all the time, folks, is that it's the usual suspects that come into play. The immigrants, the people that we bring in that are claiming refugee status or asylum from countries that, well, quite frankly, they don't belong here. They shouldn't be here. If they were vetted properly, would not be allowed past our borders or able to gain residency or even stay on the streets in our country. Before we get into today's video, because thank God Pierre Poilievre came out and attacked Sean Fraser over his comments, over his ridiculous career-ending comments. But let's take a look at Petrified COVID Parent. I love this account. A great account to follow over on X. There you have it, folks. Experts say the best thing to do during a home invasion is to comply. If they want to take your car, comply. If they want to take your family via SA, comply. Let's take a listen to what he says here, just so we can paint a picture of what the real problem is here. It's not the laws, it's the people in charge of the laws.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive, and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary.
This is a problem. So what they're telling you, and keep in mind, anytime you call emergency services, chances are you'll be waiting for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, depending on the severity of what's going on, for proper response units to arrive. I've heard of people in medical emergencies that call ambulances, and they're sometimes waiting multiple hours for an ambulance just to arrive to their home. How do you think in cities like Toronto, where they've dropped the ball on funding for these outlets, that this is going to be effective for those who need it? So what's being painted here for you, the real way you're supposed to handle this, well, it's already been put in a video format. Take a look.
Hey, get in here. Close the door. I don't want you to get bit by the mosquitoes. So, first of all, thank you so much for choosing my house to rob today. There's so many options. It's a privilege for you to be here. I've got a selection of drinks for you to choose from. Great choice, Fancy Perrier. I like it. Okay, so the kids are upstairs sleeping right now, and if they wake up, it's really going to make this whole experience very unenjoyable for you. So to streamline the process, I've got a few things laid out. I've got a 50-inch 4K for you. I've got a MacBook Air, and I even have a pair of earrings from Peoples gifted to my daughter for her baptism. And really, who needs it more, you or her, am I right? Now, hold on. You look a little familiar. You're the one who took my car last year. I knew I recognized you. I love repeat offenders. So I didn't want to take away the full joy of you robbing my house. So these are just a few items. If you head upstairs to the master bedroom, my wife's jewelry is laid out for you. Take whatever you want. Head downstairs. You'll find my safe wide open for you. Take whatever you want. Now, I'm going to be in the kitchen making myself a sandwich. If you have any questions, feel free to come and join me. What's mine is already yours.
This is the picture being painted by law enforcement. In fact, they've been told to pull back to an extent and not really do anything unless, it gets real bad, unless, social media blows up with it. And then in which case people have to talk about it and hope that something is done. Now, what I'm referring to is the incident that we've raised on this channel of the Indian migrants who were out on a bridge in Ontario shooting off firearms. We have some news and updates on that. I'll be following up on that on another video. Essentially, one man has been arrested. Even though they had license plates, they had more video proof of people's faces. This guy's got, obviously, a way to tell them who his friends are that are there. But apparently, this has been an issue going on for 2 years. This wasn't just something that went viral. It's been happening for 2 years. Stick with the channel. We're going to be talking about that in another video. Here's the problem. You've got Sean Fraser coming in. And here's a little bit of Toronto Crime Watch posting this out. Since Sean Fraser posted, "This isn't the Wild West, it's Canada," the following incidents have occurred. Shootout in Hamilton with over 80 rounds fired, 3 injured. A father in Vaughan executed in front of his wife and children. A previously convicted PDF file attacking a 3-year-old in Welland. Now, it's important that we talk about that because we showed that on stream last night. We talked about that. I was told via Mario Zalea on X, he did a video saying that this guy had already received bail, that his sister had bailed him out. We showed that we showed the photo of him being arrested, that he was previously let out of jail early on other accounts. It's important we clear up. Rob Primo has actually been following that, and Rob had actually stated that this was false. He has not been given bail, and his court has been stayed over on a bail hearing until, I believe, it's September 10th. He's currently trying to round up fathers to be outside the courthouse to show in solidarity where they stand. Not necessarily in a violent way. I have to say that because we're not allowed to promote that on the channel. But he's apparently looking for support. But it's good that he's cleared that up. A man charged with attempted murder for trying to burn 3 people alive in Windsor also happened. A 12-year-old boy charged with attempted murder in Markham shooting. An 11-year-old girl murdered and her 4 family members in critical condition from an arson attack. A man shot and woman kidnapped during home invasion in Markham. A man and woman shot in Mississauga. A shootout in front of Toronto High School with 2 innocent bystanders hit. And this is just Ontario in the last 6 days. Anyone from the other provinces want to chime in? Of course, you've got Sean Fraser. This is fine, right? This is where we are. This is the clown circus that we have in this country. This is what we're being told to deal with. Much like that earlier video, just open your front door. Just comply, everybody. Have we ever heard that from the Liberals before? Thank God for Pierre Poilievre. You know, people can have their opinions about PP all they want, but I'm going to say one thing. I'm really grateful that he's actually coming out, saying it like it is. Whoever's in charge of his team now, whoever's taken over since Jenny Byrne has stood down, clearly has read the room. They know what they're doing now. At least that's the impression I get. Listen to what Pierre has to say about Sean Fraser.
What is your response to the comments made by Chief McSween and Justice Minister Fraser?
Well, let's start with Sean Fraser's comments. He says it's not the Wild West out there. Oh, really? Maybe he should talk to Mr. Faruqi's family, this courageous and heroic man who came to the defense of his children, children who will be traumatized for the rest of their life by watching their father mercilessly killed by a criminal who should be in the slammer. And I hope that those children will, as much as their lives are going to be much more difficult, I hope that as they get older, they understand the true hero that their father was. I'm sure he didn't want to be defending his family. He wanted to be sleeping in bed like the rest of us, but he did it because of the instinct of a father to stand and fight and defend his home and his family from an invader. He shouldn't have had to, but liberal laws turned criminals free on our streets again and again and again. The Liberals have known this for years. Police officers, mayors, community groups have been crying out for an end to the Liberal catch and release criminal justice system. And yet Mark Carney, who's been Prime Minister for 5 months now, decided to go on vacation before ever reversing those laws, and made an even bigger mistake in appointing Sean Fraser as his Justice Minister, a man who first ruined the immigration system as the Immigration Minister under Trudeau, and then ruined the housing market as a Housing Minister. And to give him a third chance to screw something up, Carney has put Sean Fraser in charge of this. It's no wonder crime is raging out of control. My message is that we want to end the Wild West, lock up the criminals and throw away the key. 3 strikes, you're out. You do 3 violent offenses, you go to jail and you never get out. And I'll add this. People have a right to defend their home. Your home is your castle. Someone comes into your house and threatens your family, you should have the right to take force against them to defend your family. That's what Conservatives propose with the Stand on Guard Act, and that is what we will fight for in this fall session.
So it's good to know, like I said, I think it's wonderful that Pierre is coming back to the House of Commons. I think we're going to get good opposition. I think that we're going to see strong opposition against Mark Carney and the Liberals in this term. It's interesting that he points out Sean Fraser's ladder climbing throughout the Liberals, that he started out as immigration minister. That's where this problem first started. The borders have been left open in order to retain votes, in order to bring in people to amass debt so that the government can feed off them forever. We've also left them open for miscreants to come in and essentially claim asylum, stay in our hotels, run rampant in our streets, run sanctuary cities. You've got cities like Toronto, like Montreal, like Vancouver, all begging to get these guys out of there. We've shown on Wednesday's live stream how certain countries like Australia, the UK are starting to ramp up, that they've had enough. Their cities have been absolutely ravaged and destroyed by a lack of vetting and a lack of immigration. So many people were quick to call Donald Trump a racist for saying, we need to build a wall and we need to build it quickly. He wanted security in his country. Where's the problem with that? Why can't Canada have security in its country? Why can't we have politicians that care about our identity, that care about the safety of its citizens, and that give us the right, by the way, to defend ourselves if somebody comes into our home? I'm thankful that while people will say, hey, nothing's going to change, Pierre's just, doing what Pierre does, I'll give him credit where it's due, that he's at least the only politician speaking up about it, saying that these laws have to change, that it needs to be beneficial for people, and that there should be no dancing around the situation. If somebody crosses the threshold of your property, you have the absolute right to defend yourself to the fullest extent to ensure the safety of your family. And I can tell you right now, as I tweeted out earlier this week, I have a great swell of pity for the person who comes across the threshold entering into my property. Because should somebody step foot on my property with the intention to take what is mine or to cause harm to my family, I don't mind going to jail. If it means that my children are safe, if it means that my wife is safe, I'm more than willing to bet I'd be out on bail before the police even finished the paperwork, given the circus laws we have in this country. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is it time to deport them all? Is it time that we have to start saying, hey, stuff's got to change and it's got to change quick? What do you think the pressure is going to be like on the Liberals and Sean Fraser as Conservatives get back into the House of Commons this fall? Let me know your thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video's earned your subscription. Make sure to give a thumbs up and especially a comment on the way out. It helps push these videos up past YouTube's censoring algorithms. Anytime we talk about violence, crime, immigrants, they don't like that stuff. It censors it down so that other people can't see it. Help the channel out. All that free YouTube stuff, it really helps us more than you think it does. Join me live here on the channel each and every Wednesday and Friday night for Unhinged Fringe on Wednesdays, Friday Night Fringe on Fridays, where I'm joined by a plethora of new co-hosts, including the beautiful Mrs. Fringe on Friday nights, as we talk about everything that happened this week in politics, everything we know coming up in the week ahead, and your Q&A within the greatest YouTube community on the platform. I look forward to chatting with you guys inside of those streams and hearing what you have to say. I most importantly look forward to chatting with you this week, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, every Wednesday and Friday here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.